NXT Spring Breaking is this Tuesday, May the 3rd on the USA Network at 8 PM Eastern, which will be at 5 PM Pacific. And for UK viewers, that means it'll be on BT Sport at 1 AM, which means it's predictions time now here on SCW. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now. Leave any comments in the comment section. Please like and share the video as well. So without further ado, these are the matches and segments you can be looking forward to on Tuesday Spring Breaking. We have got the North American Championship Triple Threat match, Camerograms defending against Solo Sikoa as well as Carmelo Hayes. We've got a tag team match of the Creed brothers against SmackDown's Viking Raiders. We've also got Natalya that's come down from SmackDown. She'll be in a team with a Lash legend going against Nikkita, Lyons and Cora, Jade. We've got a debuting Nathan Frazer against Grayson Waller. We've got a sit-down meeting with Tony D'Angelo and Santos Escobar. And of course, the main event will be the NXT Championship, Bron Breakker defending against Joe Gacy. So all in all, a fairly solid card. There are some matches I'm looking forward to more than others, but I'll dive into that as we go through the predictions. Also, the name Spring Breaking for me does feel a bit out of place in May, but I like the idea of a Spring Break show. Maybe they should carry this over for next year. Maybe that could be the idea. Perhaps go with the old WCW vibe. Remember Club La Vela when they did that there? Or sort of the open water, that sort of vibe, Spring Break. I think that'd be quite fun. NXT feels like the most connected to what Spring Break would be, so I think that's something they could look into in future years. But hey, let's go on to the prediction show and let's talk about our first match. The North American Championship Triple Threat match. Camerograms defending against Solo Sikoa and Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat match. Now, of course, Cameron Grimes, this is his second defense. The first one was against Solo Sikoa. Of course, he was successful in that defense. Carmelo Hayes is the former North American champion, so this is how we've got the triple threat match here. Every man will be for themselves. I'd love to see Solo Sikoa win the championship. That's kind of what I want to happen, but I don't see that happening. I see him being the fall guy here. I think the long-term direction is a singles match once again with Cameron Grimes and Carmelo Hayes, perhaps even at the next NXT special event they may do, whether that be it should be on a like in your house sort of setting or if that be another Tuesday special remains to be seen. But I think that's the long-term direction. I think it's too soon for Cameron Grimes as well to lose that championship, so I'm going to go for Cameron Grimes to retain. Next, we've got the Creed brothers against the Viking Raiders. Now, Roderick Strong is not so happy that there's been so many losses, big losses in amongst Diamond Mine as of late. And of course, well, if we're going to talk serious for a minute, you've probably got the biggest loss of all, Malcolm Bivens being released by WWE. Of course, he was choosing not to re-sign with the company, but still, the NXT releases really sucks to see. And if you want to get my full reaction on those, then you can check out the video that'll be linked at the end of this video. But Roderick Strong wants the Creed brothers to prove themselves, prove that they're worthy of Dynamite, go against a credible tag team in the Viking Raiders. They had a match last week successfully on NXT TV. Of course, they're former NXT tag team champions, so it's good to see them back. It's good to see them give them some purpose going forward. I do feel the Viking Raiders have been booked like a joke since leaving NXT, obviously with the Viking experience start off and then unfortunately with injuries, and they've just never been taken seriously ever since. So to come to NXT, just feel like they're, treated as what they should be, one of the best unique tag teams in the world out there. There's not many other teams out there like the Viking Raiders. I'd like to think we're going to get a really good tag team match between these two teams, and I think this could be match of the night. But for me, the Creed brothers will pick up the victory. This put them one step closer to winning the NXT Tag Team Championships, which they will eventually do from Pretty Deadly. Next, let's talk about Natalya and Lash legend going against Nikkita, Lyons and Cora, Jade. Talk about using a WWE superstar from the main roster correctly on NXT. Natalya has been booked to absolute perfection. The fact that she's a dream opponent for Cora, Jade, that sets that feud off eventually on NXT TV. We've been teased a match with Nikkita, Lyons. And of course, Lash legend, let's be fair, at this particular moment, she's still very green in the ring. So what better than to have a mentor like Natalya in your corner as a tag team partner? This is win-win for every woman in this match. Natalya can pass over her vast experience and wisdom over to these ladies and help the future of the women's division in WWE. This, for me, ticks a lot of boxes. I'm really happy about this match, and I do expect that Cora, Jade and Nikkita, Lyons will pick up the victory. They've got the momentum, the most to gain from this. Lash legend at this moment isn't in for a push, so she should be the one to take the pinfall, and then it sets up perfectly the singles matches against Natalya down the line. We've got Nathan Frazer taking on Grayson Waller in what will be Frazer's debut match on the NXT brand. Of course, he's been a part of NXT UK, a real standout down in the UK scene, so it's going to be really good to see him as part of main NXT. The only thing I didn't like, he was supposed to have his debut match last week, and he was kind of saved with the Grayson Waller stuff going on by Andre Chase and his university group, which let's be fair, if we're going to have a teachable moment here, I'm going to teach NXT something. Don't put Nathan Frazer with this group. They are a bunch of jobbers. It is not going to be good for Frazer's career going forward. So I want Frazer to remain on his own. Hopefully that was just something that was goofy done in NXT. Isn't going to be carried over to this week. I do think Frazer will pick up the victory. It's his debut match after all. But I don't want to see Grayson Waller take too many L's at this point. I think that Waller has got a lot of natural heat. He's getting over really well as a heel. He doesn't need to be losing so much. He needs to almost have the MJF road, if I dare say, the other company, but they sort of protect him. He's like an attraction, and I think Grayson Waller gets that natural heat like MJF does, and I think that if they can back it up with a lot of wins, you can have a really top heel star in your hands. So I don't want Waller to lose too many matches, but here perhaps there could be like a cheap roll-up finish or something just to, give Frazer that big win to debut. I love the graphic NXT has done here for this. We've got the sit-down meeting of the Don, Tony D'Angelo, against La Jefa, Santos Escobar. Who is the true boss of NXT? Both have got their groups. This sit-down meeting should be a lot of fun, hopefully. It's clearly building to a one-on-one match between these two, but now with groups each as well, it's probably building to stable warfare, so I'm looking forward to this. It's a shame we've not got a War Games in the near future, because that would be really fun for this also. But hey, we're building something here. This is the beginning steps of something that could be a lot of fun in NXT, and I'm here all for it. Lastly, let's talk about the main event, shall we? Let's talk about the NXT Championship. Bron Breakker defending against Joe Gacy. Now, I'm going to be saying something positive about this. I like that they've gone down the personal avenue of this feud, because there's no way Joe Gacy was ever #1 contender going for the NXT Championship. He certainly didn't deserve an opportunity. I don't really remember the last time that Joe Gacy was doing anything meaningful on NXT before this. He was supposedly getting ahead of Draco Anthony, and of course he had Harlem by his side. Both are no longer with the company, and of course Harlem wasn't really a part of this storyline for the latter part of it, so I suppose in a way we didn't see it coming that he was going to be released, but I guess it kind of makes sense when you look in hindsight. But Joe Gacy has got no one by his side now, unless he's going to have someone debut on the show to be by his side, or he's recruited somebody else. There's no way that Joe Gacy is winning the NXT Championship. Bron Breakker is going to have a long, lengthy reign throughout the summer. He's going to be NXT Champion for the long term. This is going to be the first of many that will fall victim to Bron Breakker. It doesn't matter if you push him off podiums, doesn't matter if you kidnap Rick Steiner, doesn't matter if you damage his Hall of Fame ring. Bron Breakker is retaining. He is going to destroy Joe Gacy, in my opinion, and I think that's one of the reasons I'm a bit sour on this match, despite the fact they've done, I suppose, their best efforts with a story. I've not fully got into it because I just don't think that Gacy stands a chance. So without further ado, you know my predictions for NXT Spring Breakin'. It is now your turn to let me know in the comments below. Who do you think will be the winners on this show? What are you looking forward to most about this show as well? What do you think will be the match of the night? If you've enjoyed this video, then please like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe as well. And of course, hit that bell as well. You're notified each and every time a video is released. Check out other videos that will be coming up on the screen right about now as well, including my reaction to the NXT releases last week. I was joined by a very special guest in NXT as well, so go and check out our reactions on that right now. And of course, coming up this week on the channel, Ask SCW should be dropping tomorrow, and as well, WrestleMania Backlash predictions will be dropping on the channel also. But that's all from me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching here on SCW, and enjoy NXT Spring Breakin'.